Well, other news which has been suppressed today, which hasn't made it into the mainstream media or the pages or the site of BBC News, is the fact that GB News has been savaged by Ofcom. That's a little bit like being attacked by a bland carrot, a toothless carrot. But there we are, Ofcom, the poodle of the Department of Digital Culture, Media and Sport, the thing that ensures that nothing actually gets done. Now, Ofcom was concerned that there was an interview with Jeremy Hunt on GB News conducted by Philip Davis and Esther McVeigh, both sitting MPs. And so Paul Marshall's channel, he's the money man. Paul Marshall's GB News channel, which was set up in June 2021. I think Andrew Neil was vaguely involved in it as well, and then he saw better. Paul Marshall's channel has broken broadcasting rules, not for the first time, by the way, because I think broadcasting rules were broken when Naomi Wolf criticised COVID-19 and called it mass murder. So that's already gone down. And there's another 6 cases being investigated by Ofcom. But as I say, it's like being attacked by predatory parts of the vegetable patch. And it can be tossed off as just a bit of soup, nothing significant, and that's exactly how GB News sees it. So there are, as I say, 6 more issues being investigated, but this one is interesting because it involves the Chancellor of the Exchequer and his spring budget, and it's about impartiality. So how can 3 people in the same party project impartiality? I don't suppose they can. The Ofcom people said that it was overwhelmingly reflective of Conservative views. Well, how could it be reflective of anything else? Jeremy Hunt is sitting there as the Chancellor in office at the moment, being interviewed by 2 of his buddies. Jeremy Hunt, this is not a reference to the Russell Bland cult, but instead to the man who made spoonerism popular when he was the Culture Secretary. Think about it. And there's other investigations to go, particularly with Jacob Rees-Mogg, who does these lordly pontifications, the Monologue, on a nightly basis from Monday to Thursday, if you're desperate for that. Tune in and you'll find him just after or just before Dan Wooten and Rees-Mogg together, and limited references, says Ofcom, to wider views. GB News says that it's disappointed, but who cares? They said that the principle of due impartiality is imprecise. But I suspect that the ruling against them puts pay to any of the plans of their director Angelos Frangopoulos to market GB News as the mainstream news fix that you should have, because clearly it's a news fix with a very specific right-wing bias. And I said it's already got one ruling against it from Naomi Wolf's expedition to criticize the COVID-19 vaccine as mass murder. So there we are. I'd love to know what GB News has got to say about the fact that the current COVID vaccine is being restricted only to people of 65 and upwards, and the new variant of COVID is spreading fast.